What's going on, y'all? I'm Charles. Welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a while since I posted a video, but with all this COVID stuff happening, it's been a lot going on. So we're good, we're back, and let's just get right into it. This is a little video that I wanted to put up basically on how I became a network analyst with no degree at all, no certs as well. And I just kind of wanted to give you a little bit of my background, fast forward up to today and how my whole process really went on. So just to give you a little background on where I started, growing up, I've always been interested in computers. I guess you can say I was the IT guy before I was the IT guy at my own house. Whenever something would go down or break, I'd be the one to fix it, fix the Wi-Fi, fix whatever was going on with the computer. I was always the go-to guy. So I've always had an interest for computers at a young age, and that always stuck with me throughout my life. Even in high school, I would always find myself taking any type of computer related class just to get myself familiar with anything that I might want to do in the future. So even though I did like computers as much as I did, I never really 100% saw myself majoring in computer science or information systems or technology while in college. I've always wanted to do other things, such as business administration field, like marketing or anything like that. For some reason, computer science wasn't my main focus, which I kind of regret now. And while in college, I worked a lot of jobs. You could catch me at amusement parks, grocery stores, supermarkets, car washes. I mean, it got to the point where I'd be working 2 jobs and have a full load of classes. And for a long time, I was juggling them, but they started to take a toll on you after a while. One job, I had a friend, a very close friend of mine, who referred me to a help desk position. Any chance of me sitting down and being on a computer, I was all for it. So when he presented me with this opportunity, I took it and I ran with it. I applied. All I had to bank off of was I was still in school and I had a lot of previous work history. I ended up getting the position and I worked as a customer service rep. So, I was on the phones, taking calls all day. The ringing, I can still hear it now. It's crazy, I have nightmares about it, but I digress. I would take call and I'd help with any issues that, customers would have. And I do that and go to school at the same time. So instead of working multiple jobs, I just go to work and then go to school. And it would be that way for about a year and a half until I got an opportunity to get a promotion to another team, which would be the networking team. And guys, it was not easy. I really did work hard. I was really focused on what I was doing. I just felt like I reached a ceiling. Nothing else that I really could be doing that I feel like could further my my knowledge. And what I ultimately ended up wanting to do was move into computers. I slowly started to realize that this is what I wanted to do for my career for the long terms. And I can't lie to you guys, the more I worked, the less I wanted to go to school. And I just gotta keep it real. I was never a school guy growing up, never really liked it. Regardless, I still stayed in school. I lessened the classes that I took. I didn't take a full load while I was going to work. So I might have dropped down from 5 courses to 3 2 courses, just so I would stay at halftime. So, my financial aid could come through. I would still be able to graduate on time. So when I did end up interviewing for the position, beforehand, I looked at all the requirements and I just studied that. I would be Googling all day and all night in between classes, while working sometimes, and just kind of familiarize myself with all the processes and how they did stuff on that team, just so when I went to the interview, I could have a peace of mind knowing that I'd be able to smash it, and it would be a no-brainer to, bring me on board. And luckily, I did end up getting the position, and it was a great feeling, man. It was a great feeling knowing that the knowledge that I've learned outside of school took me to that level that I wanted to be. It hasn't been school teaching me throughout this whole process. It's been my will to learn, staying focused at what I want, reaching out to my peers, asking them a whole lot of questions. I know they were sick of me, but I didn't care because I knew this is what I wanted to do. And for some reason I had it in my head that school wouldn't be able to provide that knowledge for me. So I took it upon myself to learn. And you know, like I said in previous videos, I've been lazy, I've been discouraged, but the one thing that I could give some advice to anyone in my position that's, you know, kind of doing the school thing and the work thing, keep at it, stay down. Trust me, I've had many people tell me this in my life and I would shrug them off, but you know, as soon as I started paying attention and really opening my ears, it really paid off in the long run. Keep in mind, guys, this is without a degree. I'm actually still in school, like to this day. Coming fall, I'll be taking, you know, more courses. And for me, you know, this is what I want to do. And guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. When I first got on the networking team, it wasn't a cakewalk. It wasn't easy. All the processes were completely different. You know, like I said previously, I had studied up, I prepared for it as much as I could, but as soon as I immersed myself with the actual networking world, it was different. It was very different from answering phone calls all day, you know, helping customers with simple issues, simple tasks. I was dealing with different dashboards I had to look at all day. It was a lot, and they give you a lot of information at one time. After all that information is given, it's gonna be overwhelming at first, but like anything else, the more you do it and the longer you do it, it'll start to ease up. And of course, if you're in an environment where you have a team around you, be afraid to ask your peers and ask them different questions that you may have, because more than likely 9 times out of 10, they'll be more than happy to help you out. And one thing that I always do when, you know, I'm learning something new, I take notes, 100%. Even if I have to stop them multiple times just to get my notes out, just to get my complete thought out on paper or a laptop, I will do that. It's important that you do that, so one, you won't have to ask them the same question twice or 3 times. And 2, if you're like me, if you write it and you read it a lot, then you'll start to memorize it. It'll just be ingrained in your brain. So yeah, note taking is definitely something that I advise everyone to do. If you miss a step, it's not the end of the world, but just know that you have that sheet, you have that guide to help you through whatever task you're trying to complete. And about certs, in my previous video, I had a lot of people ask me if I had any certs. I don't at all. I'm trying to be in a comfortable spot in this position, learn as much as I can. I don't want to say learn 100% of the material, but I want to learn a good 85–90% before I start pursuing certifications. I did take a semester off from school. I feel like, you know, I was losing that focus. I just really couldn't gain any traction in my courses, and I feel like I just needed to take a step back just to really reflect and think about what I want. And to be honest, I don't have that much time left. And you know, with the support of my friends and family, I have made the decision to, you know, return back to school. You know, it's not a sprint. You know, you don't have to rush. You know, anybody in my position, I feel for you. I understand. You know, school isn't for everyone, but if you find that motivation to stay, don't think that you have to be in competition with anybody. You're your own person. You're running your own race. If it takes you 4 years, if it takes you 6 years, if it takes you 8 years, there's no limit to school. You can take your time. You can do whatever feels right, whatever feels comfortable for you. You're the one having to take the courses. You're the one having to go every day. You're the one having to do the homework and take the test. So my advice would be to do whatever you feel is right for you. I'm not saying drop out of school. Just do whatever you feel like would better advance you in life, whether it be taking a semester off just to recoup and figure out exactly what you want in life. And it took a long time for me to learn that. I would say my next goal is definitely cybersecurity. I've done a little bit of research in it, and I've really just been intrigued in what I've been reading. But for right now, I'm just going to focus, really hone in on the knowledge that I need to take me far in networking, as far as I can take it until that next chapter. And yeah, guys, I just want to say it's like a constant battle. You're gonna have days where you don't want to do anything. You're gonna have days where you don't feel like learning. You know, I've had those days, a lot of them, but you start to realize all the information that's out there. And if you surround yourself with people with similar mindsets, and you see them start to elevate, it'll also push you too. So stay with a group of people that think alike, that think the same that you do, and have similar goals. It'll definitely push you to be better. All right, guys, so I think I talked enough. This video was mainly for anybody in the same position that I'm in, not really sure about school, kind of like a background of how I started in IT and how I got to where I am now without a degree yet, but we're working on it. I really appreciate everyone for all the love and support we've been receiving throughout these past couple months. You guys have been awesome. Make sure you guys continue to like, subscribe, and comment on any other question that you may have. If you want me to make a video on a certain topic or anything of that nature, go ahead and comment below. Yeah, the content is gonna keep coming. The guys are just dropped a video or dropping videos. So stay tuned and be on the lookout for it. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you on the next video. If they paid me like $10,000 more than I'm making now to go back to that amusement park, I wouldn't go, Well, okay, I might go.